Wang, Xiaoli and Yu Yang, the world champions, the world number ones. And since they formed their partnership, the only time they haven't reached a final of a tournament in which they played was here last year when they got injured. Wang Xiaoli was injured in the first round. Didn't even complete the first game. She had to retire injured. What a remarkable run since they formed their partnership. Their opponents, Mizuki Fujii and Reika Kakiiwa. Number 3 ranked pair, number 3 seeds. So now from Hong Kong are umpiring the toss of the coin. And Foster from Sweden will be his service judge. Well, this Chinese combination really have been sensational since forming their partnership. Played against each other in the final of the 2010 World Championships. The two partnerships were dissolved, they teamed up together. They've been virtually unstoppable ever since. There is Mizuki Fujii, Reika Kakiiwa, number 7 seeds, up against Wang Xiaoli and Yu Yang, who are actually the number 1 seeds. The Japanese pair, Mizuki Fujii, 23 years of age, number 3 in the world ranking, seeded 3. And their win-loss record for the year translates into 4 finals, having won 2 of them, the German Grand Prix and the Bitburger Grand Prix event as well. 22 years of age, Kakiiwa. And this, their first ever appearance at China Open. All of their previous matches, Japanese pair in 2 straight games, as is the case with Wang Xiaoli and Yu Yang. They've played 11 tournaments so far in 2011, and they've reached 11 finals. Can they keep that run going? You can see their win-loss record for the year, and indeed their career win-loss record, absolutely extraordinary. This is the 4th meeting this year, in fact, not only in total, 4th meeting this year, and all of their previous 3 meetings have been won by the world champions in 2 straight games. The last time was the semi-final of the French Open, 21-8, 22-20, but of course it was the All England final that was so extraordinary. First of all, Mizuki Fujii and Reika Kakiiwa, unseeded, reached the final of the All England Championships, and then having reached the final were really blasted off court, 21-2, 21-9 in double quick time. I don't think I've ever witnessed an All England final that was so one-sided. Of course, the Japanese pair, partly crippled by nerves, it was a big occasion for them. Although they had been in the final of the Korean Open previously, that was really their first big tournament final in 2010, beginning of the year there, reached the final of Korea. 3 matches for the Japanese pair. Former world number ones, Chin Hui and Wang Pei of Malaysia in the first round, and then the European champions, Sorokina and Vizlova from Russia in the second round, and then the World Championship bronze medalists, Jwala Gupta and Ashwini Bonappa of India in the quarterfinals yesterday. And if you were with us, you will have enjoyed watching that one. As for this Chinese combination, the world number ones, well, they had a bye in the first round. Hong Kong pair Poon and Si in the second round, and then their teammates Cheng Shu and Pan Pan in yesterday's quarterfinal, 21-11, 21-9. Very, very easy victory in the quarterfinal yesterday.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Mizuki Fujii Reika Kakiiwa, Japan. And on my left, Xiaoli Wang, China. To Mizuki Fujii. Level play.
So the world number ones and world champions getting this semi-final underway. And of course, Ian, I suppose the big thing as far as I'm concerned is the fact that this year, for the first time ever, the BWF have promoted 5 of the 12 Super Series tournaments to Premier status. And this women's doubles combination from China have the opportunity to win all 5 Premier events, because the previous 4, they've won them all. No other player in world badminton has that opportunity. And that really is a very exciting prospect that they could achieve that in the first year of the Premier events.
Yeah, and you'd have to say they're favourites to do it, the form they've been in the last few months. They really have looked almost unbeatable.
For previous Premier events, of course, the Korean, All England, Indonesia and Denmark Open.
Yeah, although the hall's not very quick, I don't think that's the best tactic for the Japanese pair, to stand back and to give this Chinese pair the attack, because they really are very powerful. Really powerful, but they're clever with the placement as well. It's a difficult combination to defend against.
It's long.
That's a couple already from Xiaoli. Sometimes is a little bit of a nervy starter, isn't she, Jill? We've seen it once or twice this year.
Lovely play. And the crowd here in Shanghai absolutely getting behind the home players.
there's that combination. Power and precision. Hit into the right hip. Japanese player looking to defend on the backhand side, and the attack coming into the forehand wing, tight into the body, giving her no chance.
Well worked again. Both the Chinese players have been world #1s with different partners in the women's doubles. And Xiaoli with margin reached that status in December 2009. And of course, Yu Yang with Du Jing, not only world champions, previous world champions, but also reigning Olympic champions. But Du Jing announced her retirement, struggling with a persistent knee injury. How do you think this pair compare to Yu Yang playing with Du Jing now that it's Wang Xiaoli that's playing with Yu Yang?
It's a different combination. Wang Xiaoli is a much more complete player than Du Jing. Du Jing was very much the rear court player in that combination, providing power, very solid in defence. Wang Xiaoli is a more complete player, comfortable in the front or the rear court, which allows them more possibilities tactically. So I would personally rate them as a more complete pair, certainly. And at the moment, you'd have to say the way they're dominating the world game, they look as though they could become one of the all-time best pairs.
Yeah, I'd concur with that. I believe they have the possibility of taking women's doubles to a whole new level, because I have to say I'm a big fan of Wang Xiaoli. I think her creativity on court, and I absolutely back you 100% on the fact she is a more complete player than Du Jing was. Look at that. Unbelievable.
Great reactions.
Incredible defence. Well, this was just instinctive. And still had the instinct to guide it into the open space. It means they go to the mid-game interval on a run of 5 straight points. They have a 4-point advantage.
Yes, coming back to the previous point, Jill, you're saying this pair can move ladies' doubles on. I mean, traditionally the sort of great powerhouses of ladies' doubles that have at times been able to compete with the Chinese have been the Koreans and the Japanese. And certainly at the moment, the Koreans and the Japanese haven't, for me, responded to the change in the tactics of the top Chinese pairs over the last 18 months. The top Chinese pairs are playing a lot more with a lot more aggression and a lot more positive intent on the first 4 shots. They're looking to take the attack and actually keep the attack, whereas the Korean and the Japanese pairs are still playing a very solid, low-risk game, playing with big margins, not taking any risks. And I feel they've really got to respond to what the Chinese pairs are doing. So I take your point.
Yeah. Interestingly, over the last few tournaments, I mean, obviously I've watched this Chinese pair an awful lot and enjoyed watching their style of play. But the pair that I think could, or is trying to go a similar sort of way, is a Danish combination of Ruta Juhl and the player we've just seen in the mixed doubles, Christina Pedersen. Don't yet have the consistency with it, but I think they are trying to play a similar sort of style as the Chinese pair.
Well, I think Camilla Juhl over the years has been an excellent ladies doubles player. I think she's just missed that really high quality partner over the years to compete with the Chinese. I think as an individual player she can do it, but she's lacked that partnership. But the improvement of Christina Pedersen over the last 12 months is really opening up some possibilities to that ladies doubles.
Yeah.
Both of the Danish girls very, very good mixed players, but in tournament after tournament we see Camilla Juhl hitting the fastest smash of all the female players. She's got real penetration from the rear court and has the weapons to actually hurt the Chinese pairs.
Yeah. But it's not only the technical ability, you know, I'm looking at this here, and the fact is that Yu Yang and Wang Xiaoli were 3-6 adrift. There they are, 14-7 up.
Yeah, the Japanese pair are a very solid pair. They work very hard for their wins. They've had a very, very good year, but unless the Chinese pair make mistakes, you really can't see how they're going to win enough points to put the Chinese pair under pressure.
No.
They're really almost just hoping for mistakes, and Wang Xiaoli's hit a few out the back from the net position, but they haven't really taken points away from the Chinese so far. It's been Chinese errors.
Oh. 13 of 15 points.
See there, both the Chinese girls finishing with their noses over the net, both with positive intent in the forecourt. That's one of the big differences with this pair. Both players are very comfortable going forward.
Just long. So well worked, isn't it?
Yeah, they've got some lovely plays, lovely set plays, combinations. Fixing the defence straight and then switching the direction, a partner alive to it following in. Good doubles.
Well, she's not pleased with herself.
Well, no, she's made, been eulogising about what a good all-court player she is. She's actually made a lot of mistakes from the front court in this game so far.
Perhaps the slower conditions, there's more sort of feeling that she's got to get it a little bit steeper and or got to play the winner.
the aggressive intent on return of serve, which certainly up to 18 months ago we didn't really see a lot of in top ladies doubles. It was very safe returns just to go into rallies. And these two play with real positive intent on the first 3 shots. Yeah, you see Japanese girl really feeling under pressure because it's a good serve, but she sees Yu Yang really hunting the 3rd shot behind it, and that caused the mistake.
Gain points.
Again, the only solution for the Japanese players is to play out the rallies, isn't it? Try and wait for the mistakes, keep the shuttle on the court, keep their opponents moving. I'm afraid that's just not going to be enough in this match. They need to be a little bit more positive. Try and combine that consistency with some attacking play.
The court's going to be mopped of the perspiration. So too are the faces. Had an incredible year last year, did Yu Yang. Only losses in 2010 were in this event, where her partner got injured in the first round, and also the Asian Games final. Super drop shot from Wang Xiaoli, and the world champions close out the opening game 21-13. Just 16 minutes of play. The Chinese coaches will be pretty happy with the way they played, even though that they were 3-6 down in that opening game. 1 or 2 errors, as you say, in just to start with.
Yeah, they look very comfortable, not really under any pressure in the rallies, are they? They have made 1 or 2 mistakes, but it's really been the only source of points for the Japanese players. Not been able to actually take the initiative and win points of their own. Their only solution so far has just been very consistent and wait and hope, really, for Chinese mistakes.
It all looks so promising at the start of this semi-final for Fujii and Kakiiwa. 6-3 up. before the Chinese combination responded with 11 out of the next 12 points.
Level, play.
Chinese combination, #1 on the Super Series list, but only 8 tournaments. This will be their 9th, or is their 9th. Missed the Japan because, of course, Wang Xiaoli was injured in the final of the China Masters. They withdrew after 1 game. They didn't enter either the Singapore or the India event. Ian, what does that mean? If a player is injured in one tournament and can't play in the Japan Open the following week, is there some sort of sanction against them not playing in their 10 Super Series events?
Yes, there is, yeah.
Even with an injury?
Well, I think the rule is that in this first year they're going to be fined anyway, just to try and create the incentive for players to make sure they get the 10. They had the option to play Singapore and India, they didn't take that option. So if there's an injury later on and they don't play the 10, well, it's still considered to be their planning.
Yes. In other words, encourage players to play the early ones, and then, of course, if there is an injury problem, then you still get in your 10 events.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a huge success. I mean, I'm sure there's some room for improvement with some of the regulations, but it's been a huge success for the badminton public because it's meant the top players playing each other on a more regular basis,
yeah,
which has been great for everybody.
Yes.
But there are 1 or 2 areas, I think, of the regulations that will be looked at the end of this year. But on the whole, I think it's been a very positive development for the game.
So do I. I think it's been absolutely thrilling. I mean, I've been fortunate enough to follow all of the Super Series tournaments, and it's been incredible. I mean, you know, time and gain, I've been saying here at the China Open and other tournaments as well, well, it's the first time that these players are here at this event, and that includes Fujii and Kakiiwa. They've never played the China Open before, but here they are, and it's great to see them.
Yeah, that's better. More aggressive intent. Looking to take the point away, take the initiative away. Force the Chinese deep into the defensive position. Following forward, that's good. Yeah, good play. And again, it's good intent. Good play. Certainly looking to move forward a little bit more in the early stage of this game, Jill. Trying to put some pace in, trying to increase the intensity of the rallies, not give the Chinese pair so much time.
Good rally. Oh, that was going out. Well, clearly the longest rally of the match so far. This will hurt.
Yeah, in the first game we saw from the Chinese pair how much variety they've got in attack and their movement and the serve and return there. We saw how solid they can be in defence as well. Japanese pair threw everything at them in the early part of that exchange. Hit a lot of smashes with good variety, good angle, but there was no way through. This Chinese pair really are a very complete outfit.
I'm not surprised all four players taking the opportunity to take on board some liquid. Quick timeout.
17, play.
Good change of pace. Simple block.
It's good pace from the rear court, but you see how she's moving forward and that fixes her opponents deep in the court. If she lets that shuttle come to her and plays the block, it's not as effective. It's good play.
Both the Chinese players looking to go forward to the net. Feel good. We've talked an awful lot about the quality of this top Chinese pair, and you've watched them almost as much as I have. And is there a weakness somewhere? I mean, is there? I know we've said that they're a very complete pair, but if you were coaching against them, what would you tell your players to do?
Well, there's been the odd signs this year that Yu Yang's maybe not in as good a physical condition as she has been in the past. Maybe she has had one or two injuries over the last couple of years, so certainly I think you need to be keeping Yu Yang in the rear court, making her work, playing with a bit of width, not let her get into that front court position. And then just at times also you see Wang Xiaoli does go through patches where she loses confidence a little bit in some of her shots. But you've got to create an awful lot of pressure and be very consistent to exploit those things, I think.
Yeah. Well, very much commanding position. The mid-game interval, 6-point advantage.
We saw it in the first half of the first game, one or two examples. Wang Xiaoli, she missed one kill early on out of the rear court, and from then on she was quite hesitant on the forecourt kills and followed it with 2 or 3 other mistakes. But I wouldn't like to blow either of those two things up there. They're very good.
Yeah.
These are very small areas, and you'd have to play so well to exploit them.
Wonderful example there of how the players just release the grip as they're about to hit the shuttle. Soft hands, and then as you're about to power it down, tighten the grip. It's their combination play as well, isn't it? You know, they're both technically very, very good. But the way they set each other up at the front of the court is just fantastic. Yeah, one of my first ever coaches told me that doubles was all about making your partner look good. So if both players on court are looking good, then you're both doing your job right, because you should be working for your partner, getting them involved, especially at the front of the court. Oh, found the gap, found it brilliantly. Totally unexpected. Oh my goodness. Well, needed 4 attempts to put it away.
14-7.
Brilliant. He is very creative as well, Xiaoli.
And again, we're going through a phase where Japanese are just getting the shuttle back, really, not being creative themselves. There we see it, high return of serve. Okay, they've won the point, but it's an error from the Chinese, not really taking the play, not trying to take the initiative. There were signs in the first half of the game, that's what they were trying to do, but they've just drifted back into this, just responding to what the Chinese pair are doing, and I'm afraid that's not good enough here.
Wasn't a good enough serve either, was it? Pounced on by Wang Xiaoli. It's a wild flick serve. Not pleased with herself for that.
confidence, very relaxed, under no pressure here. As long as they don't make errors, there's no danger.
Oh, indecision. Costa dear.
Well, that's a well-directed smash.
This time leaves the flick serve, and it is indeed long. Just shadowing the fact she needed to bring the racket head over the shuttle. Just did it a little too flat. Super play. And now 6 match point opportunities for Wang, Xiaoli and Yu Yang. Short. Yeah. Comprehensive victory in the end for the world champions into their 12th final of the year. Extraordinary. Quite clearly the #1 pair in the world, and they've demonstrated that very clearly today. 21-13, 21-14 over the world #3 ranked pair. Well, 36 minutes, and they're through to yet another